Hey guys, Dan with Rimray here. Hey, we are doing a fun project today. We are going to do a galaxy theme on this tabletop for the local hospital. It's going to go into the children's side of the hospital in the waiting area, and they wanted something kind of fun for the kids to look at. So we thought, why not do a video and show you guys how we did it. We did a wheel a while ago, but we didn't really take a close-up and personal look at what we did. So this tabletop is done in a zinc-rich primer. And then we coated it with a gloss black, which will give us that outer space kind of dimension. And then we've got some powders here that we're going to add to it to kind of give it the illusion of a galaxy. So we've got some bright pink, some purples, we've got a teal, and a really bright blue that we're going to apply to the panel. And the way we're going to do this, because you may not be able to see my hands, but we're just going to pour a little into the cap, and then we're going to take it and just kind of throw it at the panel and let it go out. And then for stars, we've got a special trick for that. So we'll show you that because we'll do the stars last. But we'll bring you in, we'll show you how the powder falls on the table, and then we'll kind of walk you through the rest of the steps. So because this is sitting on a flat panel, we're just going to wipe it off one more time. The dust is kind of falling on it from the shop. You're probably not going to get a great ordeal of this to not fall on it just because of the environment you're in. And for this to work, you could heat the panel, but when you throw the powder on it, it would melt instantly. And if it's not exactly what you want, then it is what it is at that point. So we're going to just try not to do that. We're just going to try and wing it here. Worst case scenario, we end up stripping the panel back down and starting over. So this is almost like a perfect throw, whereas this, you don't really want that as much just because you're getting too much out there. When you get these bright bursts, they look really good when they melt. You can get too much, like this will probably be a mound when it cures, but they end up looking all right. So we're going to wipe our hands off really good, get all that powder off so we don't contaminate. That was a good one. And it's easy to get carried away with putting too much down, and so I always have to kind of rein it in a little bit. But you want a lot of the black to show up, which will just make those colors pop. If you put too much color on there, you're just going to push it into the background and you won't be able to see it. So I think that's looking pretty good right there. I want to throw some at the sides just a little bit so there's some color all the way around. This a couple different ways. We've liquefied it and kind of flicked it on with a brush. I've also taken it, pinched it in my hand, and just kind of twisted my fingers just a little bit. And then the dots kind of fall out. And you get the nice clumps in there. You kind of want to keep your hand moving, otherwise it obviously just falls in one area. So I think that's good. We're just going to leave that there. All right, so there is the finished product. We put everything on it that we want to put on it. Again, the key to the white powder, because you kind of want it to look like stars, is I kind of just grab it and I pinch it and move it like that in my hands as I sprinkle it. And keep your hand moving, otherwise you kind of get these big clusters. But we're going to run this into the oven, and we're not looking for a cure here at all. We just want it to gel out really nice. We'll let it get a nice gel out. We'll bring it back out, let it cool down, and then we're going to pick it up and hang it back up on the rack and hit it with a clear coat. And that clear coat will wrap everything in there nice and tight. So keep watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and let's get this thing into the oven. All right, so here is the final product. Came out pretty nice. Like I said, when you leave that black background, you tend to get a little bit more of the pop. So if you cover it with too much color, it just doesn't work out that way. But if you enjoyed this, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, as always. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so. For all of those people who have subscribed or left kind messages, I appreciate each and every one of you. And we will catch you on the next one.